Hello and welcome to this video today. My name is Shelby Fox and I teach English as a second language at foxenglishonline.com. Today we're going to talk about attractions. So when you're visiting somewhere, when you're traveling, you want to see some of the attractions that place has. That's probably why you're visiting. So we're going to look at a few vocabulary words of things that you might do or places that you might go. And then there's going to be a separate video on some useful phrases that you would use for attractions when you're traveling. So let's look at our vocabulary words today. Our first one is a museum. Now, these are really popular, especially when you're traveling to another country. A museum is just a building that has some sort of artifact in it, pieces of art or history or other things that are important to that country, that city, that culture. A museum might be about a person, might be about a time in history, it might be about science, it might be about art in a specific period. So there are a lot of things that a museum can be about. And there are lots of museums that you can visit when you're traveling. Our next word is a monument. Now, a monument is something that is built to commemorate or remember an event. So if your country has a big historical event happen, they might build a monument to that event to remember it and show people. For example, in the United States, we have a lot of monuments in our nation's capital in Washington, D.C., such as the Washington Monument, which is like a large tower that we have. Or the Statue of Liberty could be a monument as well. And it's something that remembers a point in history or some sort of event. Our next word is a national or state park. So in the United States, we have national parks that are run at a level across the entire United States. We also have state parks. In each state, there are smaller parks. And these parks are usually a place marked off for their beauty, for their wildlife, for the scenery. So you'll usually find a lot of wildlife, maybe mountains or desert or a lot of trees. There's something beautiful about that area that either the state or the nation wants to protect. So these parks are really nice to drive through or to hike through if you enjoy being in the outdoors. So national parks and state parks, that's a place that you may want to visit when you're traveling. Now, someone who is really important when you're traveling is a tour guide. And this is a person who will give you a lot of information about what you're seeing. So most places that you go, you can get a tour guide, or you might have a tour guide, and they will explain information about what you see. So if you're in a museum, they may tell you some details that aren't already listed in the museum. They're going to tell you stories about how things happened and why it's important. So your tour guide knows a lot of information about the things that you're seeing when you're traveling. And then our last word is the ticket office. So for a lot of attractions, you will have to pay a fee and buy a ticket when you're going into them. Some museums have this, some parks have this. So you need to go to the ticket office. This is a place where you can buy those tickets so that you can get into the attraction. So there you go. We had some types of attractions. So you can go to museums, you can see monuments, you can go to a national or a state park. You want to have a tour guide. They know a lot of information. And then you want to know where your ticket office is because you're going to need to go there to get your tickets for your attraction. So thanks for watching this video on vocabulary for attractions. And if you're looking for a useful guide for speaking English when traveling, you can view my ebook on my website, foxenglishonline.com. If you're looking for private lessons for conversation, you can message me as well. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.